Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I'm back for my review of Season 4, Episode 4 of Amira's season. I would say this kind of felt like a episode of where doubts come in for Amira about her relationship with Danny and what she's been doing. Basically, the whole Kasim of it all comes up this episode, and it really, I won't say blows up in Amira's face because it wasn't her fault about basically what happened at the end of the episode, but of course, it's a big misunderstanding, and unfortunately, it falls on Amira. So basically, the big theme of this episode is like Amira and Danny are going to tell everybody that they are kind of, dating or seeing each other. And she tells him about Kasim, and Kasim is making her lie to Donia about them too. And that's how they come up with that plan. So Amira tells Chris, or actually, no, first, she tells the whole girl squad that her and Danny are dating, and then Chris didn't take it well because she thinks that they're going to overwhelm each other, obviously because of culture differences. And Amira is like, I wanted you to support me or at least be happy, and they're kind of on shaky ground. And it's like, I understand what Chris was trying to say, but she should have been a little, like, giving her a little more positivity with the negativity, and it just didn't come off that way, and we're still on shaky ground with them, unfortunately. And it makes sense that they would the writers would have them at odds, considering this is a really big friendship test for them this season. And it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. Low key, I am kind of nervous, but we will see. So, also, we do have Kasim. He's with Lucas. And, Amira, we see her texting him. We see it on the website saying, hey, make sure you tell Donia that we're not together. You don't have to come out to her to say that we're not seeing each other. We're just friends. And she keeps saying, hey, tell her on Saturday, please. Like, she's really persistent in that of him telling her that, at least they're not seeing each other. And I love that the writers keep having Kasim reiterate, like, I can't come out. I can't do this because of this, that, and the third. So we know what his shame is, his sexuality, and what that means with him and his family and his religion. So we understand that wholeheartedly. And Amira does, which is why she keeps telling him that, hey, you don't have to come out, just say that we're not dating. And that's it. And so we see Amira go out with Danny for some drinks with some of his friends, and we see Ruben, the guy, if you don't know who that is, that's the guy from season 2 that Chris was kind of seeing. But anyway, so him and Ruben basically try to get some drinks, and these two girls are asking Amira about her hijab, and it's really uncomfortable. It's like they just meet Amira, and Almeka's like, hey, I like your hijab, and what about this? And start asking her these really kind of evasive questions. Like, you barely know the girl. It was weird. It's getting weird. And then Amira goes to the bathroom. This scene mirrors basically OG Skam, where Sana goes to the bathroom at the party, and the Pepsi Max girls are basically talking about Sana in a derogatory way. So we get that kind of here. It's a shorter scene than that. It's obviously not the same situation, but we do get the girls talking about Amira in a condescending way. Not that they were respectful before, but they really let their real feelings show and be heard in that bathroom, and it was heartbreaking to hear. And we get Amira and Danny walking home, and Amira tells Danny how the girls are asking her stupid questions, but what she didn't tell him what happened in the restroom. I feel like that's going to come up later. So I'm happy that they have that conversation, and I'm happy that Amira has been an open communicator this whole entire season. I think that's really important, considering what happens in the last clip with her and Donia, when Donia thinks that Amira was kind of not fooling around, but cheating on Kasim, or really lying to her about it and not being truthful about what was going on with her. Kasim and Donia got mad at her and kind of threw her out of the bath. I'm not sure. She seemed kind of mad and pissed off. I'm not sure how that's going to turn around, but obviously we know, once again, Amira is a great communicator. She did nothing wrong in the situation. All of this was put on her, unfortunately, and it should not have been. And we know eventually the truth will come out somehow. But, it just feels like everything is coming in on her, and she's been trying to keep up, not a certain image, but try to keep up everything. And, I think hopefully the theme is at the end of the season, like, she has to realize she has to do certain things for herself and not for everybody else. I think this season, when I've seen a theme is, among other themes, is that when it comes to Amira, she's willing to accept everyone else's baggage, but not deal with hers or care for herself. I mean, it's great to care for everybody else, but if that's all you do and you don't tell them how you really feel, they're going to try to, overwhelm you. So I think that's going to be a thing that we might explore, hopefully, these next few weeks. So what I will say is that the Lucas clips, I think we're going to get POV clips from Alejandro, Lucas, Joanna, and Jorge. What I will say about those, I'll leave my reviews for those at the end of the episode, but I will say that I think they did these kind of better than the Alejandro ones, because it didn't really interfere with Amira's story. I mean, it kind of did, but it was still about Amira at the end of the day, so good for that. Hopefully they keep that track record when they do other people's POVs, and that's all I'll say about that, about the POVs. But as for Amira and her journey as a character, like I said, I think she'll learn how to let people know how she really feels and not let other people's judgment inform her, and her to get more confident, and for her not to be, to be more assertive, and to be more sure of herself. So this episode, I think, was a good episode, but it does leave me on, like, now we're at the halfway point, kinda, and I am kind of scared of what they're going to do with Hell Week. I don't know. I'll leave that pinpointed. We'll see by YouTube.